Hey there, today we're going to look at how to factor expressions completely. Now, that sounds a little bit strange. Haven't we always been doing this? And in a sense, we have been. So for example, take this quadratic expression here, x squared plus 2x plus 1. Recognize that this is a perfect squared trinomial, and we can factor this as some x plus 1 quantity squared, and you're done. That is factored completely. But when we refer to factoring something completely, we're more often talking about an expression like this. Okay, so here's another example here. Now here what we can do is recognize that there is a greatest common factor of x in all three of these terms. So we could factor out an x, and that would give us some x squared plus 2x plus 1. And now notice that this is exactly what we just factored here. So we can factor this again, right? And we would get essentially x times x plus 1 quantity squared. And that's what we would get here. So this is what we would call factored completely, because we factored the first time here, but then we recognized we could factor again, right? So every time you can continue factoring, you do, right? You keep factoring until you can't. And that's what we mean by factoring completely. It's just you keep factoring until you can't anymore. Okay, so it's actually not a very crazy idea. It's just often applying factoring formulas and factoring steps multiple times until you get to the sort of the final answer that you want. Let's look at another example. So here we have one. It's x to the fourth minus 16. Now what I want to do is I want to recognize this is the same as x squared squared minus 4 squared. So we have here a difference of two squares. We know then how to factor this. This will become some x squared plus 4 multiplied by some x squared minus 4. Okay, but we're not done. We haven't factored it completely, because we can recognize that this here is actually the same as x squared minus 2 squared. So this is another difference of two squares. And that means we'll actually, if we can factor this another step, we'll get this x squared plus 4 multiplied here by x plus 2 times x minus 2. And now we're done. Okay, we can't factor this any further. And so this would be our final answer, and a result of factoring the original expression completely. Okay, let's try to look at another one or two examples. How about this one? Okay, this looks similar. X squared minus x to the sixth minus 1. We can recognize this as x cubed squared minus 1 squared, right? Because 1 squared is going to give us 1. And so this is, again, a difference of two squares. So we can write this down as some x cubed plus 1 multiplied by some x cubed minus 1. But are we done? Can we factor any more? Yes, we can. We recognize that this is the sum of cubes, and this one is the difference of cubes. And so for each of these, we have a formula that we can use. Okay, so let me just color code these real quick. So for this first one, we recognize that we're going to be able to factor this into some x plus 1 multiplied by some x squared minus x plus 1. Okay, so this is the formula for factoring the sum of two cubes, what we have here. And now this one, well, this would become an x minus 1 multiplied by an x squared plus x plus 1. Okay, and so now we have actually managed to factor this completely. We can't go any further. Okay, so applying multiple steps, multiple formulas, you keep factoring until you can't. Let's try one more example. We've got this 6x to the fourth power minus 27x squared plus 12. Okay, now here you might be able to recognize there is actually a greatest common factor of each term that we can factor out, and that is going to be the number 3. Okay, so we can say that this is equal to 3 times 2x to the fourth minus, this would be 9x squared plus 4. Okay, so this is what we would get. And now what we can do is we can try and factor this trinomial by using some kind of substitution here. We'll replace x squared with u. We'll say u is equal to x squared. Okay, so if we do that step, look what we get. We're going to get 3 times 2u squared minus 9u plus 4. So we've converted this a quartic polynomial into a quadratic polynomial, which we know how to factor, we're going to use the AC method here, right? So if we use the AC method, we see that A times C is 2 times 4. So that's going to be 8. And we need to find the factors of 8 that add up to give us a negative 9. And so we must use sort of negative numbers here for the factors. We'll have negative 1 times negative 8 and negative 2 times negative 4. These are our options for the factors of 8, and clearly when you add negative 1 and negative 8, we'll get negative 9. This one will give us negative 6. That's not what we want. We want this one, and so the numbers we want here are going to be negative 1 and negative 8. So let's do that. We're going to say this is all equal to 3 times, well, let's use a bracket here. We'll have a 2u squared, and we'll say a minus, let me do it this way. We'll go minus 1u, and then we'll have another minus 8u plus 4. Okay, so we've taken this negative 9 and we've broken it up into negative 1 minus 8 u. Okay, and once we've done that, what we're going to do next is we're going to add some parentheses here, right? We're going to add some parentheses and group these together just like that. And now we can finish our factoring by grouping here. We can take out a common factor of this first expression and also the second one. So what's that going to look like? That's going to give us a 3. The common factor here in this first group is just a u. We can factor out a u, right? So that'll be a u times a 2u minus 1. And then over here, we can factor out a negative 4. So we'll factor out a negative 4, and that'll leave us with a 2u plus minus 1. Okay, don't forget the sign changes when you factor out a negative sign. And then that's it, right? So that gets us to our next step. And now notice we have a common factor of 2u minus 1 that we're going to factor out. And so this should give us some 3 times 2u minus 1 multiplied by u minus 4. We've done it, okay? We wound up factoring this, this trinomial here into a 2u minus 1 times a u minus 4. We still have that 3 from the beginning, but we're not done yet because we want this in terms of x, okay? So we're going to have to factor, sort of substitute back in our x squared here into these u's. So let's do that. Let's say that this is then equal to 3 times, this will just be 2x squared minus 1 times x squared minus 4. And we're almost done, not quite done. Notice that this here, this looks like a x squared minus a 2 squared, a difference of 2 squares. And so once again, we can take that last term and break it up. We're going to get then a 3 times a 2x squared minus 1 times an x plus 2 and an x minus 2. And now I think we're done. You can check. You're not going to be able to factor this very easily. And so we're going to leave it here as our final answer. Okay, so there we go. This is the idea of factoring completely. It's not a crazy, radical new idea. The whole idea is just simply you can factor once, and if you recognize you can continue to factor what you got, do it. Just keep factoring until you can't anymore, and then you factored completely, okay? So come back next time when we look at factoring expressions with fractional exponents, okay? I'll see you there.